had the first proof of life beyond Earth. Lowering oxygen, more carbon dioxide. That's beautiful.
You finally a daddy. It's gonna be a big custody battle over this one.
This movie is based on something that is actually happening around us right now, no? We found water, we found proof of water on Mars, right? And we have sent up a pilgrim to Mars to discover on the Earth samples if you can get a peak of radioactivity that would tell us that there could be proof of that life has existed on Mars. And if that sample created that peak of radioactivity, it would get to the ISS. And that's where a movie starts. And since it had that kind of core in actual events that are happening around us, I thought it would be ridiculous to not try to make it as real as possible. So this movie takes place, now, maybe in 5 years, because that's the amount of time it would take us to get the pilgrim back home. And I wanted it to feel like it was actually something that was actually happening right now.
Are you gonna bring the Martian back to Earth?
No, we're gonna keep it up here. We're gonna study it where it's safe.
Look how fast it's growing. Every single cell is a muscle cell and a nerve cell.
All muscle, all brain. How smart is this thing?
I think the movie works in two ways. On one side, it is an homage and a tribute to the courage of actually meeting the unknown without fear, and meeting the unknown with the utmost positivity. But at the same time, it has this undercurrent which has to do with mankind's history. We don't have a great reputation in how we handle the unknown. So the question is not maybe, what the unknown does to us, but what do we do to the unknown?
These creatures wiped out Mars millions of years ago. If we let it get to Earth,
We'll risk all human life.
Let's kill the thing.
When I got the project, I was very happy to understand that my collaborators, my producers, had the same kind of obsession of realism. So the idea when we were going to find this cast, for them it was equally important as it was for me that the cast reflected the ISS how it really is. And the ISS was created by the Russians, the Brits, the Americans, and the Japanese. So that's why we have Hiro from Japan, we have a Kat from Russia, we have Hugh and Miranda from Great Britain, we have Rory from Canada, and then we have Jordan from United States of America. And to have those people together, that's what makes this a different kind of picture, because it is a realistic perspective of how the ISS really would be.
What's going on?
No, you're not. Picture.
God damn it. What are we gonna do? There's a baby. Open the door.
It's a ride, You start watching the movie and you will be thrust through something that you don't quite expect, and you will reveal characters in a way that you didn't quite see, and if you want to, you can just see it as the best ride of the planet right now, But if you want to investigate the inner themes, there are built-in small philosophical problems and small philosophical dilemmas. One thing is about the responsibility of how we encounter the unknown. If we treat the unknown harshly, don't you think the unknown will treat us harshly back? If we treat the unknown with fear, don't you think the unknown will respond to that fear and strike back? That's the dilemma of the movie. So the question is, who creates the conflict? Is it them or is it us?
what is the primal instinct of any life form?
To survive.